on this more, make it bigger, make it better, and plan going forward.
Boom.
Day 93 under the dome. With necessities growing dangerously low, who knows what spark will set off this powder keg?
I can't take another minute in this dome! First of its kind, the first dome anywhere.
And it's a classic episode, folks. We got a repeat guest, Lucky. You know him, you love him.
Formerly Lucky.
Formerly Lucky, we're gonna call him. That name has been grandfathered.
Are we grandfathered in?
Yeah. Luciano, totally, you know, it's a great name. It's just too many syllables for a podcast, you know. But folks, you got to put some respect on Luciano's name and disregard that. I will probably call him Lucky a few times on this episode. You might have heard him at the beginning,
dropping knowledge,
dropping positivity, which is what we need today, folks. There's no parking in Long Beach because of the Grand Prix, and it's gonna be like that for all weekend, I believe. Yeah. So I'm gonna just not leave the house.
And it's also Coachella. A bunch of people are at Coachella, even though that doesn't affect our parking. It's
not even a little bit.
It's an eventful.
It's weird that you would even bring it up.
No, but it's an eventful weekend. You know what I'm saying? You ever been to Coachella?
I haven't been to Coachella, but all my fucking friends are there. I got friends that are like going down there. They got tickets for a couple of days. I got friends working at the festival and shit.
So you're jealous?
Yes.
I'm jealous you have friends.
I'm a little jealous. My buddy and also repeat guest on the pod, Richard, or the unofficial third mic, some would say, is over there at Coachella, just dancing his gay little ass off.
I don't know. It seems like at this point in my life, I can't excuse a festival. I have too many things I need to do. Financially, it's not a good thing for me to do. I would have to really earn a Coachella.
There's something about it. I feel like jealous of the person, because there's people who are more inclined to go to festivals.
Right.
It seems like there's festival guys and gals,
and
in between that are that's like the lifestyle almost. And I'm almost jealous that I can't appreciate that, because it sounds fun. It sounds like a bunch of your favorite bands all in one place.
Right, but is it worth $1,000?
Then I'm just thinking about I'm standing a lot.
You got to drive there. You got to stay at a hotel.
Yeah,
it's in the fucking desert.
Your sleep is going to be fucked for 3 days, and then the days you come back,
you're going to be doing drugs, and you don't even know why you're doing the drugs. You're there, you're freaking out, and it's just like, I'm stressed. I'm on acid.
I probably, if I went to a festival at this point, I would only take psychedelics and wouldn't drink alcohol. I would just be...
That's insane.
I would just be jug of water and psychedelics.
Jug of Molly water.
I would go there with those intentions and wound up drinking beer, smoking weed. Like
I think a beer helps with if you're kind of freaking out on mushrooms or acid and you're getting your anxieties up there. Just crack a beer, you got it.
Hey.
This man's having a bad trip, yo. Get a Bud Light into his lips. Make sure they're the LGBTQ ones, please, because that would be great, and Pride Month is coming shortly.
I need some booze, and I need some weed, and I need some acid. I got it on me. I'ma go trip on the count of 3, so just breathe and come take a ride with me. 1, 2, 3.
I might take a sip of a brewski, eat the fungus, and yeah, I'm super excited to be at the 3rd stage of my life, and yeah, I'm at a rave.
Oh, I'm at a rave, and I'm middle-aged, and it's not great. Yo, my mind is in a cage. I just took too much acid, like 3 or 4 or 5 tabs, and now I'm over and I'm laughing out my ass.
Now I'm tripping on everything, and I'm tripping on my life too. I fell down the stairs and got me a little boo-boo. That was great.
Hey, we're off to a good start, folks.
Yo.
Just made a banger in like 2 seconds.
Yo,
that bar about being middle-aged is fucking hilarious.
Hell yeah. We're in there. We're in there.
Well, that is part of my insecurity with festivals is, am I too old to be doing this shit?
You're also surrounded by a bunch of 19-year-olds.
Yeah, like I was psychologically trapped at 19. I was incapable of having fun and doing things like this due to our upbringing.
You wouldn't have gone to a Mercy Me festival and seen Jeremy Camp and...
do you know any of those names? Christian rock, dude.
Bro.
Okay.
I'll take you back. Always.
Hey, some of it was catchy, but you know,
no, I fucked with that shit.
I don't understand why. Hey, you know what? Christian rappers are doing it now. they're hiding the evangelism. They're just
Oh,
being
yeah.
rappers.
Yes.
And then they're like, oh yeah, I also believe in Jesus.
No, that one dude, Andy Mineo.
Yeah.
He had that Coming in Hot
yeah,
song.
his
That
his distro kid must be paying out
oh,
heavy.
man, I'm so jealous.
No, he's got some Christian label, I think.
You don't think he's also on DistroKid?
I don't believe he's independent.
No, if that's a Christian label, it'd be Disstroke Kids.
Damn, because I get it.
Molest
Yeah.
children over
I mean,
there.
not the evangelicals. You know, that's just the Catholics.
It's mainly the Catholics, but it takes all kinds.
Yeah,
You know,
they're
different strokes. For
They're all
different
fucking diddling. I don't give a fuck.
Yes.
Well, talk about yourself a
Have you
little.
ever been diddled?
Tell us a little bit since last time,
yeah,
Luciano.
So you're working for Facebook Meta now, right? Is that true? You were just talking about that beforehand.
Yeah, man. I just put in my 2 weeks at my job. I was working at I was working at this company doing music licensing, mostly for like cover songs and shit like that. And there's also like a publishing arm and like a rights and royalty management.
That still
so.
seems like a really cool job.
Well, you were
It was my first job in the industry, so I'm definitely appreciative of them. But you know, I needed more pay, and I was applying to jobs. I was almost gonna move back to fucking New York.
That's pretty intense.
I was
think
packing my shit. I was selling shit.
a lot of people go through that. A lot of people come to LA and then
Mm-hmm.
they hit a point where they're like, "What the fuck am I doing? Let me go back to safety."
Yeah.
We moved here with somebody who did that, and you know the fact that
You hate to see it.
it's.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you were able to find a situation because if
Although
you
New
have
York
to,
isn't necessarily a downgrade.
Right, it's not
It's another metropolis of industry.
Yeah, and obviously, if it's going to be financially safer at that point, you're not giving up on your music career by moving back to New York. Like you could just keep doing it.
How long were
Absolutely.
you living in New York before moving to California?
I mean, I was born and raised there, but
okay.
before I moved out here to California, I was living in Harlem. I was there for 8 years.
That's where he gets his trademark attitude from. folks.
Yeah, and I was born in the Bronx, so it doesn't even
Cream, get the money.
it doesn't help.
He's got spiritual Timbs on as we speak.
For sure. Even when
No,
I'm not,
he was wearing Doc Martens though earlier. I feel like that's pretty New York.
That's adjacent to Tim's.
Yeah.
for sure. I love Doc. Once I started wearing Doc Martens, I'm like, I don't know why. I don't know why I wasn't wearing anything before my Doc Martens. Now I'm here like the All-Spark, transforming into a motherfucking beast. I'm out in the West, but I'm coming from the East.
Yeah, I'm down by the dock, rocking my Docs. And yeah, you don't want to know what rhymes with Doc. And
Hey.
yeah, I really like saying words a lot and rapping, walking around in my Doc Martens.
I'm in my Doc Martens and I can't stop farting. I love these shoes so much, yo. I just started rapping about Doc Martens. You know they used to have a really good warranty for life. It's great.
I don't even know if that exists. And if it does and they didn't tell me, then I'll be pissed. Gotta clean them like the dishes in my sink that I didn't wash last night because I cooked a big dinner.
I heard recently they undid with the warranty because it wasn't a thing
They did.
that could keep the company going profitably.
But man, the fact that you could buy a shoe, a pair of Doc Martens, and then in a year when they get worn out because you've worn them every single day because they're your only pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just take them in and then get a brand new pair for free for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I think they definitely stopped doing that.
Yeah, they were like, yo.
That used to be a thing like for every I remember every commercial for an appliance growing up that I would see on TV boasted a lifetime warranty for that product. And it's funny because like the idea of that posits that they're never gonna upgrade this product. I
Right.
assume the lifetime warranty is just for whatever this refrigerator is. You're just gonna get that refrigerator for the rest of your life. But so all your neighbors are gonna have smart refrigerators that talk to them and know exactly can vaporize a sandwich right in front of them, and you're still stuck with your lifetime warranty shit box.
Right, exactly. I think at the end of the day, the longevity of products is going to be as long as they can keep up with technology. As soon as features that can't be built into it used to be that they would make shoes that you could wear forever. I still have a
Yeah.
pair of boots that I bought in Michigan. They're like winter boots that were branded as like, hey, this might be the last pair of winter boots that you buy because they're so
Red
durable. I think they might have been that, and then I bought them the winter before we moved. Which I guess we should go back to what you were saying. You were about to move.
Oh,
you were
shit,
like,
yeah.
I'm selling my shit, and I'm gonna go save some money and live with the fam.
Yeah, and I was kind of stuck on that. I was applying to jobs back out east, and my job is in the music industry, so I'm just like, all right, I'm apply to Sony, BMI, ASCAP, you know, all the fucking companies, and I keep on getting rejection letters. So clearly there was some type of signal like, hey, maybe you should just like stay where the fuck you are. But I'm being stubborn as shit. And I was like, nah, I gotta move home. And I get a message on LinkedIn from a recruiter. They're like, hey, I work with Meta. And I was like, all right, cool. I'll apply for this job, see if I get it. And then I see the requirements. So I wasn't immediately going to move back to the city.
Yeah.
So I was going to stay upstate for a bit. And on their things, like you had to be within certain locations to work for them.
So they have a hub in New York, I'm guessing.
Yeah, so they have a hub in New York City. They have one in San Diego and out here in LA. And I applied for it. I didn't hear back for a little while. So I'm like, I'm just going to continue moving and doing my damn thing. And then I get a call for an interview. Solid. Goes really well. Cool. A couple days later, hey, we're going to set up a second interview. I was like, oh, shit. That goes really well. And I was like, okay, I'm getting the vibe that I'm not going back east anymore. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and I got the gig. I just moved into a new place, not far from here.
So I'm picturing the average day of a Meta employee is you put on your VR headset. Then what happens?
So you start scrubbing hate comments on Facebook?
Yep, censoring people, fucking stealing, looking into their private information that you're not supposed to look at. No, I'm just playing.
You shouldn't shit on your new employer on this podcast, so we'll keep it light.
Sorry, Mark.
You know what? We're
just joking, but I'm going to be doing like music stuff for them, which is great.
That's awesome. So this is your second job.
Are you able to talk about what exactly you're going to be doing music-wise for Meta?
A lot of it's going to be doing with like research and working with music publishers and stuff. And
are they trying to
there's a big like data problem within the music industry where a lot of things are unorganized and all over the place, which is probably why you hear like a lot of artists just complaining, especially the signed ones.
What does it have to do with Facebook and Instagram though?
So when you once again, they haven't really given me much because Meta's a very private place, but that platforms have to then pay like out to like a distributor or rights holders, right, for like the use of their music. So I'm assuming that I'm going to be working somewhere in that space to making sure that the right people are getting paid for.
Every now and then I'll try and post a reel on Instagram and they'll be like, this has been banned in Yugoslavia because you used this song "Why Can't We Be Friends" by War.
Yeah.
And is that because of you? Did you do that?
There's some people that control songs of different territories. If I could try to make that a bar, I don't know how. Maybe the rhyme scheme for this was at the end of the day not for me.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a payout because I fucking distributed my fucking songs on the wrong platforms and that was wrong. I gotta do something different. Now I'm spitting.
Instagram Meta, they got me. Yo, they're coming for my cheddar. All I wanted to do was post a video with 1 or 2 copyrighted songs. Now they coming for my crew.
They didn't want to ban you because you're low-key the man and shit. Cut in the cut like a band is and shit. Need some peroxide. All my enemies, they are not fly.
I'm not fly with the peroxide. Yeah, my shoes, they're not high. Tops, they're low cut. And yeah, also I like butts. What's up?
That had like a little like jazz lounge. I wish I'd had another verse because I would have gone into the. I would have fucked it up. I would have Daddy-O.
Let me shout out
some cool cats in the house.
Let me shout out some beats really quick. The first one was Maybe by Piper Beats, Belly Dancer by Hooded Ninja, Fear by Will House, and that's it.
Will House.
That was
Millhouse.
Yeah, exactly.
I got you. But the dude's name is Will, probably.
I like
Sucks. Nah. Fired.
Boo.
Now, what were the other ones? Give me that list again.
That's Maybe by Piper Beats.
He's good.
Belly Dancer by Hooded Ninja.
No way.
That's second.
I couldn't even tell it was one of your beats.
Well,
that means it's good, guys.
I think the mastering was kind of off because you had to.
Was that the one that was like Arab as fuck?
Yeah.
Okay. Because
Nice.
the whole time I was like, man, this is a crazy beat. I was gonna comment on like, man, what made you pick that one?
It's because
not in a bad way.
Some dude on YouTube was like, "Yo, the drums on this knock, man."
Oh, this is an old beat that you had.
No, I made this the other day.
Oh, and you already had it on YouTube and already got feedback on it.
Exactly,
That's
dude.
crazy.
That's great.
I'm popping off.
Shout
dude.
out to some dude.
I'm gonna try.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna try to get paid on YouTube somehow, but you have to put up.
I think you need like 10,000 subscribers.
No, you only need
first.
1,000,
Oh.
but you need a shit ton of views. Like there has to be a significant amount of views. Out of all the stuff that I post on YouTube, the beats are the only thing that organically get views.
There's so many rappers looking for them all the time. I mean, I'm sure just artists in general, right?
I find beats on YouTube for this podcast like every week.
Yeah.
Everything I do is through YouTube.
So we've got a man on the inside now, I think, and maybe we could use this to our advantage in getting. Like, are you able to artificially insert us into the algorithm?
Yeah,
over there,
dude, we need you to just put bamfomania in the code.
Because that would be pretty clutch if you could do that for us. You know.
How did it feel quitting your job? Were you like you flip your desk and like walk the fuck out?
I mean, I work remote, so like my personal desk is my work desk. It felt kind of good. It was like definitely a little like bittersweet, but it was. I feel like my time and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it felt kind of good to be like, yo, like I got a fucking job at this humongous company, and I got
How long had you worked doing the previous job before Meta?
3.5 years.
Okay.
Solid. Yeah. Anything over a year is commendable.
It's probably easier. Were you always remote at that job?
No, we went remote like right after the pandemic started getting bad.
That makes sense.
I remember my last day at work. I was walking through Penn Station. Our office was in Hudson Yards, that's where that fucking, I don't know, that thing looks like an accordion that people like were jumping off of and shit.
Whoa.
I forget what the fuck.
I feel like I would see it if I saw it. I'd recognize it, but
yeah.
I don't know about this.
Anyway, so yeah, so it was right by that art structure thing that's super popular. But my last day of work, or my last day at the office, I think it was March 19th of 2020. I'm walking through Penn Station, and it was eerie how like empty it was, because it's like 10 in the morning. There's usually fucking people everywhere, and the fact that like it was a third of the traffic that you're used to seeing, it's kind of like like a horror movie.
That initial COVID vibe.
I was doing that first month of the quarantine. I was doing DoorDash and Grubhub, so I was also kind of experiencing. It was definitely eerie, like being in the. Like what would be Times Square of LA, and there's just no one there.
Yeah, or we were living in Koreatown at the time. I remember we like took mushrooms and just walked around at night one time.
That was so fun.
And it was like only the homeless were in the. It was like Gotham City. Wow. I mean, especially in that part of Koreatown, it's just a shithole. But
you gotta really be comfortable with yourself to be on acid walking around homeless people. You kind of have to make a game of it. You know what I mean? Like you're a traveling. You're in a medieval traveling situation,
okay.
And like sure, these people are scary, but they're not gonna hurt you as long as you mind your own business.
Yeah, and the game is to see like how many of them you can avoid interacting with.
Right.
I need to
1,000%.
It's like
while also observing them.
Yeah. Yo, I'm actively avoiding these guys. And they need fries. They need something so they can keep going. They can keep humping.
Ooh, we got some hungry ass dudes, and I just ate a bunch of 2 or 3 tabs of acid. Now I'm looking at them, and I'm reminded of America's decline. It's
high looking at the sky thinking, oh my, because it fucking stinks over here, because there's a person that's unhoused right next to me that's not very sexy.
Hold on, let me vent about all these people that live in tents. And let's not pretend that it's the shit. It's kind of hard being out there, man.
The tent is not where I went. It's not where I want to end up. No, not me. I'd much rather be in like a van. A van is nice. A van I can
van life.
See. Van life. Hashtag that. You know me, I don't want to be murdered by my boyfriend. Like, what's her name? I already forgot, and that's a shame.
Couple dollars for a tent. Yeah, Beats paying like 10 grand for rent.
Really? Yeah, dude, one day.
What was that lady, that white lady that murdered by her boyfriend in the van?
Oh, yeah, the people from Florida, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe it was in Florida. I don't know.
Something like that. And then the boyfriend killed himself in a swamp.
The parents were helping him?
Those were fun times. Yeah, the parents.
Kill himself?
Well, they helped him escape. Like to kill himself, which is a crazy conversation.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's a wild conversation to have with your kid. You're like, look, we're gonna help you go on the run, but I mean, eventually you're probably gonna have to kill yourself or go to prison. But they definitely facilitated his initial going on the run.
Why did he kill her?
Because she was being an annoying bitch.
Oh, okay. makes
That's such a great reason to off somebody. What the fuck? Yeah, people out here really fucked up, man.
No, I swear to God, that is why. Because that's not to say that it was justified by any means.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I swear to God, like there's footage of them like being pulled over by the police and her like them like arguing and whatnot, and you could tell that was a relationship hanging on by a thread.
Damn.
But just break up. Just
Right.
break up.
Dead us.
How is it easier to murder this lady than to break up with her?
Yeah, I would argue and say it's not.
That's a hot take.
According to them.
I've always kind of, romanticized the idea of going to prison because of the reset button that is for your life. It's like, all right, fuck my parents.
No,
I'm in prison.
I swear to God, I have the same fantasy every now and then. Like, wouldn't it be nice to just go to jail for a year? As long as I'm safe, I know I'm safe there, and just all I can do is work out and not do drugs and drinks.
Yeah, it's like, I heard that.
Learn about the Quran.
Yeah, I heard that you can still get drugs in prison. Like you can choose to.
But it's so difficult. You got to be an addict on another level to be like, oh, I'm smoking weed in prison, bro. I'm getting blunts in prison.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think you can choose to be a bitch, or you can choose to like better yourself and come out like Gucci.
I wouldn't call people doing drugs in prisons bitch. That's kind of cool, honestly, to do drugs in prison. But it's cooler to better yourself.
Right. The get that self-mastery going. You come out like fucking Malcolm X wearing glasses.
Sheesh.
And then you're just shredded. Ooh.
Yeah, or I mean, Michael Vick.
Oh, man.
Like
That's a redemption story, right? He's back, right?
Yeah, like he went to jail and then he's out, and I think he played for the Steelers for a little bit, and now he's on. What happened?
No, nothing.
Oh no, I thought you mean like some I gotta like.
No, I had something on my finger.
But yeah, I think he wound up playing like another couple of years, and now he's on Fox as like an analyst, and he's gonna be doing somebody's documentary, I forget, or like a black quarterback documentary on HBO or something crazy like that.
So he fucking tortured those dogs. It's crazy what he did to those fucking dogs.
Yeah, he definitely
let a man kill some dogs.
It's pretty
Famous
bad,
Steve
but
Harvey
it's still
quote.
not as bad as killing your girlfriend.
Right, but if he had killed his girlfriend, as long as the glove doesn't fit, he's good.
In prison, do they treat murderers of humans better than they treat murderers of dogs?
My mom was a CO in a woman's shell for like 25 years.
Wow.
And the people that would get it worse are people that like harm like babies and children.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
pedophiles.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's how it is in men's prison as well.
I heard there's like a variety of things that are frowned upon by convicts. Like the best thing you can go to prison for in the eyes of convicts is selling drugs and like armed robbery. Like that shit's cool. And as soon as you fucking hit your girlfriend or fucking hit a kid or any female abuse or like non-robbery or drugs, that shit's now.
If you're in
Yeah, it's pretty
Australia,
much.
don't call people champ either.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Apparently, it means that you suck dick. Don't call people. This is for the Australian listeners only. Don't call people champ in prison.
Such a weird thing.
Champ? No, that's not me. I'm not that man. Yo, don't call me champ. If you wanna live too, if you wanna sleep by a lamp, I'm gonna kill you if you call me champ.
With me, champ associated with the belt, but if you say that shit in Australia, you're gonna get a welt on your face from a punch, and it's not gonna look good. You're gonna be the champ of black eyes or something.
Yes.
Yo, if you call me a champ, I'm about to fucking reach for the clamp and put it on your sack. And now guess what? You're feeling whack.
You feeling wick? Cause you called me a chimp. This is just a chance for me to do my accent. I can't wait. Any opportunity to do it, I do it, and it is great.
You kind of sounded like Taika Waititi. Spray these lines like graffiti.
Whoa.
I can't lie. I do kind of sound like that guy. The accent is a combination of New Zealand, Australian, and a little South African in there,
Yeah, it's basically Flight of the Conchords plus
Chappie.
plus Chappie plus what's the what We Do in the
Crocodile
Shadows.
Dundee. No, Flight of the Conchords and What We Do in the Shadows are both New Zealand.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yo, let me hit the.
Speaking of New Zealand, y'all keep up with the UFC?
No, what does that have to do with New Zealand?
Izzy Adesanya.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah.
He's back on top.
Yeah, this guy beat him. So Izzy used to be a kickboxer, and this guy beat him in like a championship fight then.
Because he was undefeated other than when this dude beat him kickboxing. So they were like, all right, rematch in the UFC.
Yep, and then he beat him again. But it's crazy with that fight too, because I watched some of the footage of it. And end of the first round, Izzy fucking lays a right hand on this guy, and you thought he was gonna be out cold,
right?
And then the bell rings, so he got saved by the fucking bell. Fight goes on. They fucking start brawling with punches, and then Izzy winds up getting knocked out, or it was like a technical knockout.
Yeah.
So then this fight comes, and he's like, okay, this guy's beat me in kickboxing. He fucking took my belt last year, and he's now the champ. So then he beats him, and then does his celebration right above it. Does like the arrow shit.
Yeah, I saw that.
So he fucking goes like that, and then he had his guy edit it. And so now it's like he beats him up. It's like a video game with the knockout. And then when he does that, like actual arrows are coming out of his hands and shit.
That's funny.
It was fire, but that's just crazy. Like this guy beats you twice, then you come back and get him.
It takes a significant amount of mental fortitude and like positive self-talk to say, I can still fucking do. I'd be ashamed. I would have gained 300 pounds.
Yeah.
I'd just be like Brendan Fraser in The Whale at my house, just thinking about my old UFC days. No,
also that level of fighting, like they're not friends having a spar. Like they hate each other
in that moment.
And if they lose that fight, not in that moment, outside of the court, they don't like each other.
I mean, do they hate each other? I feel like
that dude took his belt.
Right, but I don't think he hates him as a person.
Oh, I guarantee you there's animosity involved.
For sure.
It's weird with fighting because I feel like some guys fight each other, and then no matter the result, it's like, hey,
They're cool.
I have respect for you because
No,
you went hand to hand with me.
That's like a majority, but the fights that like the people really want to see are the ones where it's like these guys actually don't like each other and they're gonna fight. This is gonna be money.
It was cool after the fight. Rogan goes up there and Israel's like, let me get the mic. I'll give it back to you. I promise. And then he gives it to him, and then Izzy's just like holding it, just yelling at the camera. I forget what he says, but it's like inspirational as fuck. It's like, you can do whatever you put your mind to, and just fucking you hear Lose Yourself in the background. And
that dude reminds me of Dalsim with just his like he can just whip his arms and legs all over the place.
He's got crazy long arms, but his legs. He's skipping leg day a lot. Got little thin legs.
I've never even done leg day once. Well, what's so important about leg day?
You know what they say?
Every day is leg day. I'll be walking around and shit.
That's a good point.
Yeah, but you have to strengthen the muscles and the tendons within your legs.
You need to.
You're saying just walking doesn't do that?
You need to trigger muscle atrophy.
What about walking backwards?
I heard that's
backwards
good.
is great for you.
He does that regularly. No, bro, but you got to get the. Apparently, squats raise your testosterone. Gets your dick hard.
Really?
Yeah.
Squats?
Because it's like a full body.
Specifically squats.
Specifically squats is what I've heard.
Damn.
If you squat twice a week, you're gonna just have a big old dick.
I'm gonna squat onto a dick twice a week.
God damn.
Good thing the bell didn't go off and you had to wrap about that.
Yo, that would have been tough. I wanted to ask you, since you're affiliated with the music industry a little bit through your work, and obviously you're a hip hop artist. What do you think about Ice Spice?
Yo, I like Ice Spice. I feel like she gets so much hate.
You feel like she can't pronounce words properly?
Well, she's got a little bit of a New York accent for sure.
It's not opening her mouth completely. I don't like the way she delivers shit.
She does. It does sound like she's, I guess, whispering. But there's also singers that have like that breathy air thing that's kind of like a trend, like that breathy kind of voice.
Right, and like she's like barely on beat. Like I get it. It's part of the style, and her ass is super fucking fat.
I do not co-sign this. I think that I'd like to munch on that butt. Like a little bit, maybe for lunch.
Yeah.
That would be nice if I could get with Ice Spice once or twice.
I'm not trying to be a hater. Yo, honestly, I don't hate her.
Nope.
But when it comes to female rappers, I don't think the ass needs to be fatter.
Okay.
It could be simply like A or a
You're
B.
wrong.
When it comes to
Wrong.
it being girthy. Ooh.
I like Cardi B, I like Megan Thee Stallion,
Okay.
I like Ice Spice, I think they're all nice. I'd eat that pussy with a side of rice and grains. Know what I mean? My name's Luciano, gotta keep it clean.
Ooh.
What's an ice spice anyway? Is it spice that you sprinkle on cumin today? What is it? Do you put
Tajin.
on some tahini on your ice spice to make it clean? I don't know what that name really means. Could we dissect the ice spice queen?
Well, it's not just her. Female hip hop in general, it's hard for me to accept the amount of
Is
sexuality.
this the Fresh and Fit pod all of a sudden,
listen,
folks?
Oh,
I'm
I
not-
fucking hate those guys.
Obviously, those guys are misogynist idiots. I'm just saying that I cannot listen to Ice Spice or Nicki or Megan without fucking getting hard. And we've talked about this before. It's just the over sexualization of female hip hop specifically. It's difficult for me. Like, why isn't there a female rapper who is like Kendrick? Why isn't there a female Kendrick or some shit?
There's plenty of them.
And they
bro.
suck?
You're just only listening to what's on the radio. And then you're making crazy statements on a public podcast about a whole demographic of musicians.
It's crazy because there's always people always bring up like Nicki and Lil Kim and a few other like women when it comes
Even
to
if
the
you,
top.
like-
but whatever happened to Eve? I feel like Eve was just a great example of somebody that could fucking do bars, and she was hot. And if she wanted to rap about like sex and stuff, she can go there too.
Lauryn Hill.
Khalees.
I don't know Khalees.
Well, she did,
I mean, her
she did Milkshake, but
I was about to say her biggest song was like a sexual innuendo.
she's also
but-
like she got bars for sure.
Hey, Lauryn Hill's the only one that I can think of, and obviously, like,
Oh, Rhapsody's another one, but I don't listen to her as often as I should.
I don't think she's that poppin'. It's fine. Like, I get it. It's just like, why does it have to be about me being a munch, and then you're super hot, and then I feel like,
Dude, you're just this.
I
is
feel
some,
like
this is some toxic masculinity.
no,
coming
it's
out
not,
loud,
dude.
bro.
It's just like,
she's like 19.
Yeah, you're
Just
right.
let her be young and hot.
I think just the overall thing about Ice Spice, I just like. She's just a young girl. She's having fun rapping. You can tell she's having a good ass time and likes what she's doing. So I don't really mind it.
David wants her to settle down and get married. that's what David wants.
that would make me more
Right.
comfortable. Yeah, for sure.
But I feel like her music isn't that like sex driven.
I mean, she isn't not twerking in any video.
Oh yeah, I think like that's more the visual component though. Aside from the bars.
Okay, you're right. Also, the style of rapping isn't necessarily my favorite. I just don't get why female rap, when depicting confidence, doesn't have an aspect of it that
How should they do it?
I don't know. Like whenever I hear like male rap that makes me confident, I think like Nipsey Hussle and this shit. And on the female side, it's like the confident female rap is about degrading men and then just being fucking hot.
I mean, that's literally what you wouldn't take long to find a Nipsey bar about that is derogatory towards women. That wasn't like his main thing, but
Right?
You're gonna find that in male rap. You know what I mean?
No, you're
it's
right.
Like one of the most prevalent things in male rap is talking about bitches.
No, you're right. And obviously, I shouldn't have gotten into this, but I was
No,
just,
you shouldn't have.
I was interested. It led to some discussion. So
Yeah.
I think it's fine. And maybe I'm trying to wrap my head around it. I obviously think
You just wish you could rap about being a slut.
maybe I wish I was a hot girl, and then my life would be different.
It'd be like, ooh, ooh.
But I think I understand like you're concerned about it though. It's more so of like, hey, like we all get that like y'all are hot but I guess
I can't really bump it.
more you want more moments like Nicki Minaj and Monster.
Even Nicki, like the songs that I like where Nicki kills it. Yikes! Have you heard Yikes? Yikes! You do it for likes. She's just like spitting like Mike and Ike's. Sweet and savory. I'm out here fucking killing it, Avery.
Yikes, I like that movie Like Mike with Lil Romeo and the Tyke from The Littlest Vampire. I don't remember his name, but that dude, yeah, he had a brief moment of fame.
Yikes, I want a fixed gear bike so I can listen to music that I like in my Nikes. Yeah, but I really like Nicki Minaj and Nice Spice.
Nice Spice.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fucking cool that bitches want to go to school and then they want to make music as well. But I'm just worried that I'm going to go to hell.
Don't go to hell, man. You could just go and confess your father. I was listening to Ice Spice, and next thing I know, my pants were twice as tight, and I don't know why. I need to confess.
Okay, how about this? For example, Billie Eilish is super popular, and I don't listen to her, but you know, some of her songs I think are cool. She's just a fucking good singer, good writer, and has the and doesn't fucking sexualize herself. We all sexualize her now that she's 18. How bad is this? Like, can I not talk? Can you not help me get through this right now?
No, people do. It's weird, the sexualization of Billie Eilish. Like it kind of makes me a little uncomfortable when like everybody's like, "Oh my god, she's got big tits." I'm like, who? Why y'all care so much?
It's definitely weird, but the music isn't. We've sexualized her as a society.
Yeah.
But the music isn't selling the sex.
Yeah.
So no matter whether females make their music sexual or not, fucking the world is gonna sexualize them no matter what.
Yeah.
So even if Ice Spice tried to hide the fucking dumper she's got, we'd all be like, "Yo, what's going on?"
What do they call that? When trans men, they want to hide their tits. They have it's binding their.
It's like what Mulan does.
They could do that with butts.
Nah, but why would you do that, man?
All right. Well, I mean, you're the one who brought it up, okay?
All right. Well, you're the one
to capitalize.
You're the one that doesn't want to talk about it. I'm trying to have an open, honest conversation.
I'll talk about
it.
Mulan.
I'm just saying.
I fucking love that movie, by the way.
There was some good ass shit. That was the movie that introduced me to 98 Degrees. You must be true to your heart. You must be true to your heart.
I got burnt out on that movie in high school.
Really? Just because you watched it so many times?
No, because I went to a stupid fucking Christian high school for my last 2 years.
Why can't female rappers today be more like Mulan? Am I right? Am I right, men? They need to.
Hey, I like where you're going with this.
They got rid of Eddie Murphy for the fucking live action one, and it bombed.
Live action is dumb.
I mean, Disney has really taken a huge shit on its own, like, sort of legacy. Granted, I don't think it was really ever anything that special, but all the Star Wars, Marvel, and especially the remakes of old animated movies it's like, what are we doing here,
The new Pinocchio with Tom Hanks was awful.
I heard it was just dog shit.
Awful.
So you actually watched it?
Yes.
They should have starred Chet Hanks instead.
That would have been fun. He is a real boy.
Pinocchio,
I'm a real boy.
Real boy summer coming to you soon. Put your head top. Fucking, I remember like watching that shit. I was watching it with one of my friends, whatever, and I thought the first 2/3 of the movie were okay, right? And then it's like they worked on the first parts of the movie and then just said, you know what, this is not going to be good anyway.
There's a part, so they take all the little boys to Pleasure Island, which is crazy sentence, but that's a thing that happens, and
it's an island run by Ice Spice.
Well, dude, if only.
And Billie Eilish.
Epstein something. So the boys are there, and the point is that they're allowed to do bad things on Pleasure Island, like drink beer and smoke cigars. And in the movie,
oh yeah, but it's replaced with like root beer and shit. Yeah,
it's not actually. They're like eating candy and drinking root beer, which is like just a normal thing for kids to do. It's not bad at all. Yes, the overconsumption would be, but it's like the weight of how dark Pleasure Island is totally taken out just from that alone. Right? Well, they can't show kids drinking beer.
It's not. Bullshit. Yeah, that wouldn't be PC at all. It would like. I'm pretty sure Pinocchio is actually hardcore. If you watch I was scared when I watched the actual Pinocchio animated movie. That shit was terrifying.
Yeah, the whale's pretty scary.
And when he turns into a donkey at one point, or like,
oh shit, that's right.
Right, the guy who turns him into the donkey is creepy. Whatever that guy's name is, I can't remember his name, but he kind of looks like you, David.
Yo,
super
taking
attractive and
shots.
confident.
Taking shots. Got the fucking fresh
I
shape
swear
and
his
shit,
name,
dog.
his name was like the Great Bambino or something dumb like that.
You mean Babe Ruth?
The Guillermo del Toro version's fucking fire, though.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
heard that that's really good.
Yeah.
I've actually been watching. Speaking of Guillermo del Toro, I've been watching. I think it's the Cabinet of Curiosities on Netflix. It's, like it's an anthology of horror shorts, like an hour each. Very sick. I mean, I'm really into it, and I usually hate most of the shit that I try to watch on streaming services. So I would say watch Cabinet of Curiosities. It might spark your curiosity, cause my boy Guillermo del Toro, he's not a hoe. He fucking makes fire flame ass films, bro.
Yo, I love Guillermo del Toro. Hellboy, yeah, that was once my favorite show. And I also, I really love The Shape of Water, right? Where they fuck a fish and his daughter.
I don't think that's really the plot, but I understand the statement that you were running with, Ak. Yeah, doing surgery, Guillermo's a doc. Shit. Fuck.
Yeah,
Lock.
I don't give a shit about the plot a lot. And yeah, I'm about to smoke some pot a lot.
Hey.
Yeah, I whip around in my cot a lot. And yeah, I'm feeling groovy. Fucking set of boobies.
Ooh, Guillermo. Ooh, I'm out in Palermo. And you know me, I'm at an air show watching jets go. Hi, bro.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
Just made a banger in like 2 seconds.
In the Cabinet of Curiosities, there's like this intro to every episode where Guillermo del Toro is like doing a creepy intro. I think
much like almost like a what was it? Like a Twilight Zone thing at the
something,
beginning.
yeah, something like
of the
that.
episode.
And he must weigh 350 pounds.
He's a
big
big
guy.
boy.
Dude,
He's like a mythical creature.
he is a building, bro. This man, he's
a building?
No. I swear to God, his suit is a drape. He is an enormous man. I didn't realize it, and I think he's been just gaining weight progressively over the years because he is enormous. I thought the wealthy could afford to be skinny.
He doesn't.
Yeah, but he
act on
probably
those
doesn't care.
parameters.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
That's where all of his talent is.
His
you know?
his whole house is filled with like horror movie shit.
He is
Either
the
from,
house.
from like his movies and like other like he's like a big horror movie
big.
pop culture collector and stuff.
There
he
are-
doesn't give a fuck.
There are people who are morbidly obese, but because of their status, you don't even look at them as an unhealthy obese person. You're just insecure. You just see
You're
a
right.
fat man.
You're right.
I look at Guillermo del Toro and I'm just like, this guy is the sun. He's
He is the
he's
size
large.
of the sun.
Yeah.
I just think that if I was super rich, I'd be like, I would just
You'd get the surgery.
I would
You'd
just
get that
hire.
stomach
No,
staple
I would
thing.
just hire David Goggins. And I'd be like, all right, dude, just fucking abuse me.
Just yell at me every morning at 4 a.m. Get up. Be the best version of yourself.
Are there any jacked filmmakers? Like, I know there's some that are, in decent shape, but I'm talking a writer-director guy who's also fucking just...
I don't think so.
None that come to mind. I don't know what Ryan Coogler looks like. Maybe he's in shape.
Ryan Coogler, what does he do?
He's done a bunch of shit. I think he did the Black Panther movies. He did the Creed movies with Michael B.
Okay, you're right.
He's not jacked.
He's not jacked.
There does seem to be like a non-correlation between creatives and being jacked. It's not regularly overlapping because being jacked involves like a level of not superficialness, but like it is sort of shallow. Obviously, you want to be healthy, but being superbly jacked is shallow to an extent.
I can see that. I also think it just takes another level of knowledge and discipline to be in like that type of shape.
And yet your effort is going towards creative shit, and you're not like, I need to get a gram of protein per pound of body weight, some type of shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm in a caloric deficit of 500 calories a day.
Yeah, dude, that's never me.
You know what? Ryan Coogler's jacked enough.
Yeah?
I wouldn't say he's got a six-pack or anything.
Sure.
But he could probably beat me in an arm wrestling competition.
Yeah, I know what his face looks like, but I have no idea what he looks from like the neck down.
Is it a nice face?
It's actually quite pleasant. His face is
Oh yeah, he's a handsome dude.
he
looks all right.
He looks like a guy I'd like to share a beer with. You know? that used to decide presidents Back when Bush and Kerry were running against each other, they were like, which one would you rather have a beer with, though? And people were like, oh, definitely Bush.
Yeah.
And then boom, he's in there.
President. Bam.
Dude, so why the name change? I know you talked about it on social, but maybe
Oh
get into
yeah,
it for the fans.
it's all good. Actually, I was my friend asked me about this the other day too. It was a thing where like, so the way that I stylized Lucky with the exclamation point, all caps, I thought it was cool, and it would get me, you know, like noticed when people would go to look me up.
It's part of the spelling your shit uniquely thing.
Yeah, and no, it did not help. Like you had Lucky Brand jeans. There's another artist. I think he's like a Southern rapper named Lucky, Lucky.
Yep.
Lucky Day is now an established artist that's like pretty huge. So I just feel like amongst the Luckies, I was like kind of just falling.
Okay.
And then
there's that Lucky with an I, that's a rapper that's pretty big now, I'm pretty sure.
And so all that shit, I'm just like, all right, I can't get noticed by the algorithms and all that stuff doing that. So that was one part of it. The second part was like, if I'm going to market myself with like the whole like romantic rap thing and, you know, kind of change up the sound of my music a little bit, it's going to be hard to just market myself as Lucky, because Lucky means you want to be happy and go lucky and positive all the time, which I am, but I change as a man. So there's some things that I can do and other things that I can't. So I decided to go with my real name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Lucky, that's so nice. Yo, please fuck me once or twice. I mean, Luciano. I didn't mean to say your dead name. That would be insane. Luciano's in the game.
Yeah, Lucky, my name was left up to chance. Every day I wanna fucking give my pants to a person that I don't know. You're some broke hoe, yo, and now they're lucky, yo.
Some people call me loose, some people call me Lucky as well. I go to the gym so I can get my muscle very swell, like a bottle that I drink out of, cause that's swell too. All those names begin with L-U.
Oh, I'm taking L's because that's the name I gave myself as well. You bitch.
It is true that there's almost every name is taken for anything. Like if you Google any name,
also making up a name is whack as hell. Like, there's a bunch of it's popular on TikToks for future moms to be like, here's my list of names that I might name my kid, and it's like Jacksonus and just a whole bunch of bullshit like that.
Yeah, like putting names together and whatever. It just like, it was like a marketing thing. I'm like, you know what? Let me just go by the name my parents gave me. Like my name goes pretty hard. Like,
yeah, that's pretty good.
You know, it's some people.
It's better than
hear
David.
It live and be like, yo, what was that? You know, like, can you say that again? And some people are like, yo, that's a powerful fucking name. So I'm like, let me ride with this.
I
just
think
be me all the time.
I think it's a good move, and also if you shift into acting or writing, or if you do other things. It's you're already set up to have that be an artist name. Like being fucking, you know, P. Diddy becomes less and less of a serious name when you're fucking 48. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I was browsing the internets this week, and I found a lady who's trying to get a husband.
Is it Ice Spice?
But she's not trying it. She's not like on OkCupid or fucking Match.com or whatever. She's doing like a Twitter thing, or she's posting this Google Doc. Should you date Catch a Grace? I have the Google Doc here, and it opens with some photos of the woman. This is the gist of what we're working with here. This person is
that picture by the bed's like really fucking weird.
Yeah,
right.
She's like crunched over.
But let me just get in here. This is long and not as edited as you might hope. Great, that's good for us. But you don't need to read it. Read as much of it as is helpfully evocative.
Oh my god.
Then, if you're interested, just skip to the end. Basic dating facts: female, bi, 36, relatively unfussed, re-age. Oh, she doesn't care how old her partner is.
Oh, there you go.
I love how you read that whole sentence, thought about it, and then compressed it for us.
Dude, it's weird. She wrote it poorly. Relatively unfussed, re age of partner, and I'm like, okay, that's a dumb way to write that. Wants kids if it is the impartial best thing to do. Hopefully, it is. I have enough eggs frozen to have.
Eggs have been frozen.
Eggs have been frozen.
Score.
She's in the Bay Area, but she's willing to travel, open to a long distance relationship.
Yay area.
Now here's where it gets kind of even crazier. Currently polyamorous, but open to monogamy, seeking a primary partner. So she's really just like,
I'm recruiting.
Is she adding to her? Or I don't understand.
It's that, but if you're good enough, then I'll ditch the other guys. That kind of vibe.
Right.
That's weird and misleading.
If you're worth it, I'm into exclusivity.
Traits I like in a partner. Honesty, that's good. That's low standard.
It'd be funny if the first thing was like huge dick,
massive cock,
needs to squat
6+ inches,
can squat me at least. Interest in making the world better. Now that's a tough. That's a
huge fucking ask,
right, dude? No.
Like,
you just have to.
I don't want the world to get worse,
right?
But I'm not going out of my way to make the world better.
But you're interested.
I'm interested in things that you
don't want to actively do anything, but you are interested in the things that may make the world better.
The thought that counts. Potential for a close and collaborative relationship. Yeah, I mean that's kind of the whole point of what we're here for, lady.
I'm about to collaborate on that ass.
No features.
A friend said this doc might seem intimidating. Please don't count yourself out prematurely. If you think you might like dating me, get in touch. I expect to like hearing from you, even if our chances are low.
Is it weird that I find this very like self-centered?
1,000%. The fact that she thinks that this is gonna work is crazy to me. There's a movie. Have you ever seen Audition? It's a Japanese film.
Do you guys? I follow What Culture on YouTube, and that thing's in like all their horror movie lists.
Yeah,
it's
well,
like
it's really brutal.
Good.
It's brutal and it's very good, and it's just about a director in Japan who wants the perfect woman, and so he holds auditions for a wife, kind of thing, and it doesn't end up working. Yo, Audition. Did I mention that show? Ooh, I watch it when I'm cooking in the kitchen. I wanna find a wife, so I make her audition once or twice. What's her talents,
I hate people who are self-centered. I didn't mean to interrupt, but if a girl gives me an Excel list to date her, I'm probably not gonna fucking tell her to get the fuck up out of here with that bullshit that I don't wanna hear, and I'll go back on Tinder.
The one thing I hate most, filling out applications. Oh my God.
Facts.
I want to die before I date this broad.
Facts.
Because I don't want to fill out this application. Nah.
Facts.
I don't want to fill out no application for no hoe. I'm never gonna do that shit. No, I would never sign up for a bitch.
No.
I would never put my house up for sale or bare my soul or eat kale. You know what I'm saying.
I hate kale.
What do we got?
I like kale.
Kale chips, they're not bad.
Well, no, I like the chips part.
You're right.
They're trying to trick me into eating.
Let's call them kale crisps. Notes on what I'm like. Oh, this is okay. We were talking about self-centered. This is her opinion of herself. Right now, we're about to get into.
I feel like it's gonna get bad.
Smart, kind, blunt, sweet, ambitious, loyal to the good. Unusually into explicit discussion, laying out arguments carefully, being able to explain oneself, prediction markets, and spreadsheets. Also unusually into the inexpressible.
Wait, is that is that the second unusually in the notes section?
What?
Yes.
Too many unusuallys.
Yes.
Like, are the rest of us just usual?
I'm blunt, I'm smart, I'm sweet. Like usually those. No,
unusually.
Unusually blunt, smart, and sweet.
This is just a wild expression to make, and I just said expression. Unusually into the inexpressible. So she's into like sunsets and stuff you can't put to words, right?
That sentence is like if you're at like an art gallery and you're checking out pieces and like that's like either like written somewhere.
It's inexpressible.
Yeah, I don't like this, man.
The true way being the way that cannot be spoken.
Oh my God.
Rare experimental reality, poetry, etc. Deeply serious and surfacely lighthearted. queering the serious, ridiculous binary.
If
what a sentence.
Yo, this is just word vomit. Let me show off my vernacular really quick.
If a job that you applied for, the application was written with the amount of like emotions that went into this, you wouldn't want to work at that place.
Big facts.
Like if the questions that Meta gave you in the job application were like, would you unusually love working at this job if you felt the passion?
I have an unusual desire to work for you. That way, yeah, you wouldn't get hired.
You wouldn't work there. You'd be like, nah, this job sucks.
The lifestyle which evokes the phrase living the dream often involves going on trains, staying in hotels, lounging in cafes, chatting, writing insightful and poetic things in notebooks and then on blogs, stopping in churches, reading books carefully and writing lots of notes in the margins. But I like lots of things. Stopping in churches. That's something that my mom used to do. If we were like on a road trip or something, she'd see like some old church and she'd be like, we have to go inside and look around and whatnot.
There are some like churches that look fucking fire.
But in the U.S., if you're stopping at some shitty like box church,
they're usually kind of cool. Like they're from like the 20s or some shit.
Even some of the old ones around here, like the Spanish style. Like antique churches are really nice.
I get stopping somewhere with architectural uniqueness. I'm like, oh, okay, this is an interesting building.
This is a big one.
Also, fuck with
hot
trains.
Take. She approximately into utilitarianism, but it has the wrong vibe. I don't even know what utilitarianism is.
Should I look up utilitarianism real quick?
I feel like I should know what that means, but I don't want to butcher the definition like a fucking idiot.
This next one has links, you guys.
Chill. We're still on the about me section.
We're still in her opinion on herself section. So we could link to her blog.
Yeah, let's not.
Hang on. Utilitarianism. Did I spell it right? I think so. The doctrine that actions are right if they are useful or the benefit of a majority. So it's like socialism.
I see. She's into Minecraft, but this is how she describes Minecraft. A deconstruction of the ego in a procedurally generated sandbox game. It's like that's a game for 5-year-olds.
I feel like when dating, I'm not looking to discuss Minecraft on the cover letter. I feel like Minecraft is a third or fourth date reveal.
I just would want just something a little more general, like
just
give me like your big five, right?
You like the Dodgers, you pole dance, you're vegan, and you believe in Jesus.
Haver of spicy takes. She said haver. First of all, and these takes are spicy.
I'm a haver of some fucking pissness.
I'm a haver of shit in my pants right now.
This is nuts.
More into gossiping and low mental exertion conversations than you may think at this point in a relatively philosophical dating doc. She's bragging about how good this doc is right now.
I don't like how she's telling me what I may think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I just don't like the unnecessary vernacular within.
Right, like she's trying to prove that she knows a lot of words. Like she said evoke 4 times at this point.
You're right. She's reusing some of her vernacular.
Hip hop 101. Don't say the same word. Yo, I just said the word exactly. So in the next line, I'm probably gonna say something like possibly or practically or fucking 33, but something different.
Or maybe unusually, because my raps are unusual. I'm over at the church stopping, gonna see it. It's cool. Yeah, it's like from fucking 1932. So they've got some cool stained glass, dude.
I heard that she's really into hot goss, but why didn't she just say hot goss?
Yeah.
I'm over here wondering what the fuck is going on in her brain. I really need to take a break from this Excel doc.
Yo, I've been reading and suddenly my brain started bleeding. I've been thinking way too much, unusually much about this document.
Yeah, what's up, Doc? I mean, what's up with this doc? Yo, I'm Bugs Bunny and I'm just here to talk. I've got a carrot in my mouth and this lady I don't care about.
There you go.
What else we got here?
And this is a mistake getting on Twitter. She's probably getting fucking roasted on Twitter.
For sure. Well, it's like 50-50. Most people are like,
Yes,
this is kind of
queen.
sweet. I don't think anyone's really like Yas queening her, just because when you read the article, that's impossible to do. But there is something innocent about the fact, the idea that she could do this and it totally be okay.
No, she's getting legit applications guaranteed.
Oh, for sure.
There's a bunch of dudes who are like, I'm the one.
I haven't had sex in years.
Oh yeah, they're excited to the point of frisson by institutions' design and neat mechanisms. So she's autistic. That's how
I felt that in the third sentence of this doc. I was like, yeah.
You're right. The whole fact that there's a doc makes it abundantly clear.
If you make a Google doc in an attempt to get your dating life on the right track, you may be autistic.
My thing is, she's already polyamorous, so why is she looking for love?
That's an illusion, dude. I get that you can fucking practice polyamory, but I don't think it's actual amory. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is less love once you start spreading it around.
She's got an opinion on this is her opinion. Her opinion on love. Fan of love, not into loving less out of concern for looking lame.
What?
I think loving is cool, even if unrequited or ridiculous or in the face of a mountain of flaws.
This is making me viscerally upset.
If I loved everyone, that would be great, in my opinion. This chick
sucks.
Yeah.
Also,
I mean, I love this doc. This doc is awesome.
Right. But you know, love is a verb, man. She's talking about feelings. It's about action.
It's just letters put together. It doesn't really matter.
Right.
That captivating combination of arrogance and crippling self-doubt. We're still on herself here.
I'm about to be on a fucking razor blade.
Here we go. I'm just gonna skip. I'm gonna skip. This is our last one. Low-key theodicy hobby. I get whatever theodicy is. She's into that. What the fuck?
Low key though. It's low key though. So she says she's into it a lot, but she really might not be that much into it.
Mixing in kind of that modern slang, low key into this, but it's also some weird ass word that no one knows. Low key theodicy. Know what I'm saying?
The vindication of divine goodness and providence in view of the existence of evil.
I hate her. I hate her so much. Some things I might like to do with a partner.
Might? What the fuck? This is the whole point of this, is to find a partner.
Yeah. I might like to do these things with a partner. Number one, cuddle in bed and read a book out loud together.
You might want. I don't know about reading a book out loud.
That's something you do with your 5-year-old.
Right.
Yeah.
Which she said she's cool with a partner of any age.
Hang out with each other together, then chat about
That's
what.
Wild.
What? I'm sorry, I missed it. But
that's all right.
This next one is just hang out with each other together, then chat about what to make of them afterwards, alone in our underwear while we brush our teeth. You can't have a conversation while you brush your teeth.
Right.
That's fucking retarded.
Right. Maybe while you floss.
That it's slightly easier.
That's yeah.
Having a truly excessive amount of sex while falling madly in love with each other. Don't we all?
While reading a book out loud and brushing your teeth? I don't know how you're going to fuck doing all that shit.
We might be able to run 2 a days at the most if we do 1 in the morning and 1 at night. You know what I'm saying? We're not going fucking 2 p.m. in the afternoon. I got things to do.
Have a child, probably followed by more children. Make glinting eye contact across crowded conversations.
That's just creepy.
What the fuck? It sounds like she took that out of a book and was like, I'm going to use this.
Out of the notebook.
Snuggle with each other while we read our emails.
I don't read my emails.
I'm not going to read my emails.
I delete every email I get. Or I just don't read it. My inbox just stacks.
Do domestic things together and have a nice domestic time. I think that's how oh, no, there's more.
I don't like using the word domestic.
Especially because she used the word polyamory like fucking 3 million years ago.
Right.
Because this sounds like she wants a very intimate, inclusive relationship, not... I mean, I'm just reading way too far into this.
No, but I'm saying I wouldn't be able to be with like 3 people and follow these details. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or maybe.
Well, to our listeners, if you think you might want to date Katya Grace and want to run that idea by her, write to katyasolveig@gmail.com. If you don't hear back in 2 weeks, feel free to try again or try other means. Seriously, she wants you to hound her down in order to date her, even if she's already ignored you. Just send her a million messages if you really want to date.
Oh, you thought I was feeling you?
If you don't hear back in
Damn,
2
dude.
weeks, feel free to try again. Or other means. Circumvent the email option. Find her on Facebook. Find her on Twitter. Find her on Instagram. Inundate her with messages. If you like this but don't want to date Katya, you might enjoy her blog here. Okay, so if
she's trying to promote her blog.
We've just
actually.
finished all of this. You might be right. Maybe this whole thing was a psyop for me to get into her writing, which it did not work. And then I'm just supposed to be like, you know what? I'm not really feeling the whole dating aspect of her, but
I'm gonna read this blog.
I would like to build a mental, a literature relationship with this woman and get her blog sent to my email.
Based on the application, the blog would annoy me. Like, if she
100%.
writes in her blog the way she writes applications, I'd be like, ugh.
All right, well, this is her most recent blog post. Have we really forsaken?
She got you, bro.
Natural select. I'm not subscribed.
We're
bro.
in the blog now.
I'm not subbed. I'm not subbed.
Okay, you
We're
didn't.
here.
Have we really forsaken natural selection? Natural selection wants us to exist, and we're doing decently well at that. This is boring. Sorry, folks. This isn't.
we read a sentence and a half.
It's just not.
Before it's like,
Yo.
this sucks.
Yo,
I
hard
mean,
pass.
it's so overwrought. Like, listen to this sentence. Genes are a nice substrate on which natural selection famously makes particularly pretty patterns by driving a sensical evolution of life forms through interesting intricacies. It's just overwrought.
Yeah. I actually tried.
Just like that Word doc.
I tried to read The Origin of Species by the fucking guy. What's his name? Darwin. And that's very tough to read. Talking about, what'd she say? Not evolution. What's the term that she used?
She said natural
Unusually.
selection.
No, not that. That's selection of species, or what'd she say?
Natural selection.
Natural selection. Reading about natural selection is not fun. I'm going to say this from personal experience.
Imagine if the animal kingdom could release a poorly worded Word doc to get. It's like how peacocks can like do their whole thing.
Yeah.
But we got Word docs now. There's something there, right, folks?
We could figure something
Peacocks,
out.
Word docs.
Whoa,
Luciano,
maybe
bro.
save that for the next video.
Bring in-
We are in the we're in the wrap up portion of the free app.
So ever since you were last here, we started doing a Patreon. So we cut the pod at about an hour and then do another 45. And if you're interested in
fuck yeah, let's do
extending
it.
your
Hell yes,
visit,
hell
okay.
yes.
Yeah,
but we can take a
absolutely.
little break, change the camera, and then we can get into like more shit that's behind the
yeah,
paywall.
dude, you can say slurs.
Yeah,
if you want to. It's good stuff.
We let it fly, dude.
Copy.
Currently, we have 3 people who have access to it.
Hell yeah. Hey, that's a start, fam.
Yeah.
And it's dwindling.
Yeah, we're losing customers, so we're not delivering the value that they believe they deserve. It's all right. You know, what are you gonna do? We'll figure something out. You're in distribution. You're gonna help us.
Right.
Get
That's why we
royalties.
brought you on here. We're gonna stiff arm you into inserting us into the meta algorithm. Follow Bamfomania at Bamfomania, Dome with Bamfomania. That's the podcast you're listening to right now. If you are doing that, and follow me at Bubba BUBBAWHYY for any of your video needs, or if you just want a kind word from a lonely stranger.
Say something nice. At Bamfomania on all platforms. We're gonna do more YouTube videos. I quit my job. I'm just doing this now. So we got a little bit of time before the money runs out. And follow me at Salt and Satire, at Hooded Ninja Studios for cover art and stuff like that. I'm gonna be putting out a lot more stuff. Hopefully, where can the people find you, Lucky?
Yo, y'all can find me at Listen to Luciano on Instagram, TikTok. I also host a food podcast called Glizzy Nation. So if y'all are into hot dogs, Glizzy Nation Pod.
It's quite good, folks.
Appreciate ya. And yeah, if you want to find my music, Luciano Reyes. I just dropped a song called Terms and Conditions. That's pretty fucking lit. So
And maybe we could drop that at the end of this episode.
Yeah.
We'll play it.
That'll
for the
be our
people
outro.
so they can hear it.
oh yes,
Will be
sir.
terms and conditions for sure. Real quick, how are you vibing with your host, your co-host for the what's the story behind that?
Oh, Al, man, Al's fucking great. He's been working in like podcast type environments for a long time, But I've known him since elementary school.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've known him since like I think like maybe 3rd or 4th grade. When I moved out here, I was living with my sister, and she was moving back to New York. God bless this man. He was living in like this really fucking small apartment, and you want to talk about Guillermo del Toro being a big guy? This motherfucker built like a lineman. He's like 6'5", like
damn.
He's got Del Toro vibes.
Yeah, right. Like big dude living in this tiny fucking apartment. He's like, bro, I need to get a bigger place. I was like, I need a place.
Yeah.
So we moved in together. We were super fucking broke. I was eating sausages from Trader Joe's, making some breakfast. He had just got back from Walmart, and he bought some hot dogs, and we were like, yo, let's make a show.
Hell yeah.
That's a
good
beautiful
idea
origin
for a show,
story. Well,
too.
maybe we can get into more of the nitty gritty on the Patreon. So if you guys want to keep listening and hear the inside scoop, go to patreon.com/dome with bamfomania and subscribe.
Yes.
Different flavors in my store. Playing games and keeping score. Took a hit, now I want more. Having fun and never bored. Ooh, just a little bit of you in my life. It's alright. I got work during the day and a bunch to do at night. But things would be so perfect, give each other what we're missing. And baby, I can love you under these terms and conditions. I got boundaries that are always surrounding. We don't gotta be perfect, I don't want us drowning. Being with you what I want the most. Yeah, I got us. Champagne in our glass, let's make a toast. With you I feel alive, I'll bury the insecurities. Heartbreak was an injury due to my immaturity. Something about you new, yes, this feels good to me. Tryna get that left hand covered up in some jewelry. Buying you rings and things, tongue in your pussy to make you sing. Making your heart go bling, foot on the gas when the light turn green. DMs full of tryhards, I got cameras and tripods, grinders and lighters, plus different flavors in my store. Playing games and keeping score. Took a hit, now I want more. Having fun and never bored. Ooh, just a little bit of you in my life. It's alright, I got work during the day and a bunch to do at night. But things would be so perfect, give each other what we're missing. And baby, I can love you under these terms and conditions. That's a contract, high of contact. Give you love and yeah, the combat. I want all that. Give me good conversation and your expectation. Being intimate requires more than being naked. Let's see where we can take it. Love it when you're close to me. Yeah, we can do some edibles or acid on the beach. Yeah, I live for the moments that can make us feel free. Yeah, feeling powerful when you pull up next to me. Yeah, buying you rings and things, tongue in your pussy to make you sing. Making your heart go bling every time that your phone's ring. I ain't even gotta try hard. Love's growing in my yard. Vamos a play out with different flavors in my store. Playing games and keeping score. Took a hit, now I want more. Having fun and never bored. Ooh, just a little bit of you in my life. It's alright, I got work during the day and a bunch to do at night. But things would be so perfect, give each other what we're missing. And baby, I can love you under these terms and conditions.